Crazy Hair may be a manipulative cunt, but the witch hunt streams and Twitter fights are killing our market competitiveness. Before you hit downvote, hear me out. A lot of evidence exists. Blaire's stream alone is a wealth of changed stories and admissions to wrongdoing from Crazy Hair herself. But that stream, like many arguments I've found myself in on Twitter, like many arguments I've been observing on YouTube, are just downright embarrassing at this point. I'm not even agreeing with Crazy Hair, or with anything she had to say. Honestly, I would have done the same thing as Blaire and Shoe on Head and Andy. It doesn't mean, though, that I would think it was the best way to handle it in front of an audience. Crazy Hair had obviously developed a narrative. She desperately wished to repeat it to you multiple times. Her self-central narrative, presenting herself as a victim, is something all of us had to deal with in our times online. In fact, we're so old hat at it that you could cry in unison when she's lying in real time. But are we not also supposed to be masters of our own craft when it comes to presenting information? Until an hour into the stream, it was absolute madness. I mean, sure, it was great reality television, but until that point, nothing could even be accomplished. Even once that point was reached, emotions were running so hot in Blaire, Andy, Shoe, and Crazy Hair that they were compelled to respond, to interrupt, to throw away their own good image, from an advertising and business standpoint at the very least. I'm not here to tell you you shouldn't have felt those emotions you were feeling in that situation, Blaire, Andy, Shoe. I'm not even here to tell you you shouldn't have done the stream. But I am concerned about our diminishing market share on YouTube. It's not just the anti-feminists and anti-SJWs who are suffering from view loss.
The algorithm.
In fact, if you look at any polls from the last couple months, you will find that if there's one group of content creators hated more than feminists right now, it's anti-feminists. And fairness where fairness is due, the closer we get to the end of the stream, the easier it is for Blaire and Bunty to take control of the situation and call out her lies. But it might be at the cost of advertisers, regardless of the individual video or stream's monetization. I'm absolutely horrible at talking about things like this. We are a market, both feminist and anti-feminist, tranny and anti-tranny, social justice and anti-social justice. Not just in the financial sense, but also as a market of ideas and social capital. It's not that you weren't able to identify every single point of feminist popular manipulation that she was able to dish out, loves. My problem is this. We're in competition with much larger companies for market space, for our little world on the internet. It's easy to get caught up in the madness of lies and direct attacks on people, don't get me wrong. And if being a reality TV channel is your business, then do feel free to hit that downvote and ignore everything I'm saying. But there's more reasons than just our disagreeing or agreeing with feminism. Whether we like it or not, the bar to entry for 10,000 views has been raised quite a bit by the continuing movement of corporations into the market space of private content creators. And it doesn't have to matter a thing to you. But I know I wasn't the only one embarrassed for everyone arguing on that stream. I'm not here to tell anyone what to do. But I don't see the private YouTubers who don't have Blaire's or Sargon's numbers surviving the next few years if we aren't able to adapt to an evolving market. We may hate what YouTube is doing and why they're doing it, but we have to survive. No one was being too hard to answer the question I just heard Bunty King ask. However, I need you all to know, you all could have done a lot better. You could have gotten a lot better results than you did had you just handled the situation a little bit more intellectually and a little less reactionarily. There's no reason you couldn't have had your cake and ate it too in that situation. And I'm kind of talking off the cuff here for just a second because I'm not trying to tell anyone what to do. But I do want people to realize that the party won't last forever. The ad train is killing off more and more people. Patreon is very, very hit or miss depending on the person and the content they create. I don't know what we need to do next. The only thing I know is what we need to research when it comes to what we do next. And that's why I'm trying to start this conversation with you all. Crazy Hair is absolutely in the wrong. Every emotion you feel towards this woman is absolutely justified. But I can't help but think of the bigger picture. Even the market we all share. And I'm honestly just a nobody, but the argument can't end until someone lets a punch go unreturned.